If I had to ask you what the most disappointing PC game is of 2023, what is your answer? Because for me, it's pretty clear cut. So let's get into it. So sit down, strap in, let's go. The most disappointing PC game in 2023, hats off, has to be The Last of Us Part 1. And it's actually quite sad because it was my first time playing The Last of Us at the end of March. And as bad as the PC performance was, I loved the game so much that I played it 4 times in a row. And with all the updates that had been pushed out, it looked like things were improving until I think it was update version 1.0.5.1. Something in the Windows update completely broke this game. And the thing that makes me so freaking upset is the fact that it seems like Naughty Dog and Iron Galaxy, they've completely given up on this game. And I'll go over it quickly. So when the game was first launched, it was universally panned. The performance was so freaking poor that Naughty Dog panicked a little bit and they were pushing out updates once a week, sometimes twice a week, and then it started becoming once every second week. And then since version 1.0.5.0, it was once every 3 weeks. And then it was 3 weeks later, they pushed out version 1.0.5.1. And then a month later, they pushed out version 1.1.0. And that was a month ago. It almost seems like Naughty Dog has left this game to die. Because let's just be honest, I don't have the strongest PC. In fact, I've got a pretty piss poor laptop. I've got a GTX 1650 with a quad core CPU. So at 1080p it was barely playable, but at the moment it's actually performing worse than it did when it initially launched, which is no humble feat. Let me just go through the updates here. So this was patch, let me just put this on silent. So this was patch 1.1.6 to version 1.1.7. So you can see there was quite a moderate increase in performance there. But what I want you to do is just notice the 1% lows, because it doesn't really get much better. Then we're going to skip to version 1.030 versus 1.40. Let's put this in silent as well. So you can see no real improvement. And then from 1.4.1 to 1.5.0, decent update. Let's just put this on silent here as well. As you can see, still no improvement. And then this was actually quite a good patch. From 1.0.5.0 to 1.0.5.1. Let's put this on silent as well. It seemed like we were actually making some headway. This was like a tiny little hotfix patch, but it actually gave a fairly decent, because just bear in mind, I've got a very weak little laptop, but this gave like quite a nice little bump in 1% lows. And then whilst version 1.0.5.1 was out, there was a Windows update, and I first noticed it when I did a comparison between Windows 10 and Windows 11, that The Last of Us wouldn't play in Windows 11 anymore. If I put it anything above low settings, the game would just outright crash. So I thought maybe it was a problem with Windows 11, but what actually happened was there was a Windows update on Windows 10 and Windows 11 that I don't know what it was, because I've been racking my brain trying to find out what it was, but it actually decreased performance by about 20% across the board. Doesn't matter what your hardware is in The Last of Us. And I actually thought that Naughty Dog would try to fix this by pushing out a patch, but it's been over a month, nothing has come. So this was the performance of 1.0.5.1, and then this is the latest patch, and you can see it's more of the same. It just feels like this game's been left to die, and they don't give a shit. And I have to say, it's very disappointing, because I absolutely love The Last of Us. Especially the first one. I haven't played the second one, but the first game is really that good. I love the story. I love the dynamic between Ellie and Joel, but the way the game runs at the moment, as soon as I get to Pittsburgh, you know, when you get ambushed and you have to fight those people outside the wreck of your Jeep or your truck, my FPS is in the 20s. So out and out, guys, I have to say this is the most disappointing PC game of 2023. If you got a game that you think is worse than this, let me know in the comments. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am going to do a custom ISO video a little bit later, so watch out for that. But yeah, sadly, The Last of Us, Naughty Dog, I hate you. Have a good Sunday. Cheers.